Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday Social, the Harvest Edition. My name is Cassandra Rutherford, and this is my friend Ray Dillard. And we are here to play some music with you, talk to you about our lives, and to philosophize and potentially monetize. You know, all the things as us artists are trying to figure things out today on this day and age. And these are a few songs I've written, and maybe one cover at the end. You never know. But this is the Harvest Edition, and for the Harvest Edition, I was kind of brainstorming because the crops are coming in, and I've got a bountiful amount of squash right now. Do you have a lot of squash?
No, not so much now.
No, we have a lot of squash that is from my mother's farm, and she lives close to me, so we get a delivery once in a while. But that's one kind of harvest, and so there's that. But then there's also, harvesting organs, right? You can harvest organs of different things, like people.
Do you mean like Hammonds and Farfisas?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
That's definitely, you're a harvester of organs.
Well, I've harvested one. I have one organ I've harvested.
Sure, just one, whatever, Ray. And then we also have, what about harvesting of the soul? So this is a harvest song of that sort to start off our time together. And do what you can. Do what you can. Don't forget to take naps. Avoid the usual traps. And be a little scared. But do it anyways. 'Cause there's no point in hiding what you've got to say. Speak from your heart. You've no enemies. We're all a little broken. Love what you see and say what you hear and sing what you mean. Don't build walls. You've no enemies. Do what you can. Do what you can. Don't forget to take naps. Avoid the usual traps. And say what you know. And say what you mean. 'Cause there's no point in hiding what you gotta say. Do what you can. 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 That was a song dedicated to all of us right now. In these wacky, wacky days, I went offline for one whole day. I didn't turn on any news at all yesterday. Did anyone else do that? Because if you didn't, consider it as an option in this day and age. How about you, Ray? Have you taken some time off?
I kind of live in a state of time off. So it's on and off, but I've been off the news for a while, especially news from south of the border.
Yeah.
I just can't take it right now.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I hear you. It's very surreal. Now, – speaking of surreal, imagine being on a tractor all day. 'Cause, I mean, you didn't – consider it as an option in this day and age. How about you, Ray? Have you taken some time off?
I kind of live in a state of time off. So it's on and off, but I've been off the news for a while, especially news from south of the border.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I hear you. It's very surreal. Now, speaking of surreal, Imagine working on the tractor, and because farmers right now, the past few months have been on the tractors so much. And imagine working on the tractors. You're your own boss, but you're also it's a pretty high pressure job.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's very high pressure, and it's pretty lonesome. So if you have a partner, and they just are tired of being alone, you farmer heroes, this song might be about you. I can change my hair, I can change my shoes. If I don't like my face, well, I can change that too. And I can change my house, oh so easily. But changing my heart is a mystery. So how do you do it? I need the recipe, 'cause my heart is aching from what's come to be. Yes, how do you act so callously? I feel tossed asunder in the sea of misery. Well, I can change my name, and I probably will. And since you filed, I'll send you the bill. And I've got a dog, might change that too. I'm selling the ring, your mama's heirloom. So how do you do it? I need the recipe, 'cause my heart is aching from what's come to be. Yes, how do you act so callously? I feel tossed asunder in this sea of misery. Well, I hope you love her precisely as much as I love you. And I hope one day she leaves you too. So how do you do it? I need the recipe, 'cause my heart is aching from what's come to be. Yes, how do you act so callously? I feel tossed asunder in this sea of misery. I feel tossed asunder in this sea of misery. It's just me and my John Deere now. Just me and my John Deere. Sponsored by John Deere. Can I just tell you what a pleasure it is, what an absolute delight it is to play with my friend Sir Ray Dillard, and what an absolute delight it is to have. Is he behind you yet right now? Your sidekick? He's not there?
He's not. He
Yeah.
was earlier. He walked through for the intro, but he's gone now.
Well, hopefully by the end of the set he'll be back up here, because he
I
can't
hope
stay
so.
away from Sir Ray Dillard. He cannot stay away.
Yeah, he
Elvis,
greeted me, but
This is Elvis's chair. You see, he has this one lovely chair that he gets to lie on, and he lies on, and he likes to look out the window, and it's kind of like a throne for our basset hound. Now, for those of you that don't know, my name is Cassandra Rutherford, and I would love it if you shared this show. If you could share it with your friends and or tag people that you think might be into it, because I say the more the merrier, because it's all love on the Sunday Social, because this is what you're watching, the Sunday Social, the Harvest Edition. Now, sometimes there are people in this world that are superheroes. There's a guy named Edmund Zavitz. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
I'm going to tell you a little history lesson.
Tell me about Edward.
Okay. Well, Edmund.
Ed.
We'll call him Ed.
Ed.
I don't think he seemed like he was a really easygoing guy. He grew up in the Ganaraska Valley, and he had an uncle and a grandfather. They both had farms, and he had the fondest memories being a child and being on these beautiful farms, all these forests. And then one day, this is in the 1800s, he realized that they were deforesting all around him, and it was an epidemic, and all the beauty that he remembered was now a desert. And then there were fires that were starting. They were like, you couldn't grow crops anymore. And he realized that the forests were essential for a healthy ecosystem. So fast forward a few years, and I've moved from Toronto, and I'm living in Barrie, Ontario. And my mother is living on a hobby farm close by. And it's because of her I learned about Edmund Zavitz and what he's done with the Simcoe County Forest, because she's surrounded by county forests. And this is a response. This song I wrote is a response to the county deciding to start industrializing the county forests that we thought were protected. But it turns out they appear not to be by. And this is called For the Greater Good. And before I do that, I'd like to cheers, everybody. 1 second. Barrie's finest. Thank you to the water treatment people. Thank you very much. Cheers. Is that Barrie's finest?
It was partially. There's other things in it.
Partially Barrie's finest. Very good. This is called For the Greater Good. Just adjusting my pedal a little bit. To combat pollution, we found a solution. Gotta mow down. To combat pollution, we found a solution. Gotta mow down the trees. Mow down the trees. We worked all the angles, questions untangled. We thrive in transparency. We thrive in transparency. For the greater good. For the greater good. For the greater good. Don't worry about money, we'll handle it, honey. Few million or so, 20 million or so. Says don't worry about money, we'll handle it, honey. 50 million or so, 100 million or so. For the greater good, for the greater good, for the greater good, for the greater good. There's no need to talk, it's all in the docs. We thrive on transparency. We'll mitigate all your worries. gotta mow down the trees, mow down the trees for the greater good, for the greater good, for the greater good, for the greater good. Good. I'm going to tell you a secret now. I like secrets. Not real secrets, just pretending I'm telling secrets, but I'm not really. I don't really believe in secrets. If my kids say I have a secret, I'm like, well, you can't share secrets. Like, I don't know. I just don't believe in them. I don't think it's a good thing necessarily. Do you think there's some exceptions to that rule?
I don't really know what a secret is, to be honest with you.
Right.
I've never quite understood. Like it's a secret to who?
To who, right?
To them, or maybe even to yourself? I don't know. I
Well,
don't really know what a secret is.
This isn't a secret necessarily. It's sort of like you're getting to know my little joke. I have a thing with the word baby. And I think that there's some great songs with the word baby in them and in the way that this is used. But for me, I never thought I'd write one because I always thought infantilizing adults was a weird thing. You should talk about babies as babies. I know, that sounds a bit puritanical, right?
A little bit.
A little bit uptight, right?
Slightly.
I judge me.
I'm not.
I do. It's
sort of.
So this is my challenge. All right, girl. You got this? This is I'm harvesting the word baby and I'm making it my own. I got this. my shirt says that, if you're wondering.
I got this. That's what it says.
I got this. Okay. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? My first baby was a building, but I'd forget to wash its face. Found the mushroom on the carpet. It forgave my youthful state. But this baby almost killed me accidentally. Maybe self-inflicted. Maybe. My next baby was a bird with a saddle on its back. We flew over mountains, visited places not on maps. Well, one day I lost my balance, almost tumbled to my seat. That was the end of my time with Birdie. Maybe maybe babies aren't for me. 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 My last baby was a tombstone I wore around my neck, but it got too heavy. I had to have a rest. Now baby sits down properly on top of me. We are one, me and my baby. Hush now, baby, you're for me. Hush now, baby, you're for me. Hush now, baby, you're for me. Hush now, baby, as we sleep. Well, you know what I love about this? You know what I love about all this? I love that We actually are over 6 feet apart right now. I have a tape measure, and I do this every week now. And I don't think I've spat on you yet, have I? So far, so good.
You threw a few things at me in rehearsal, but you have not spat on me.
Don't tell people we rehearse.
Well, we're not doing any of the songs we rehearsed, so I don't really know if it's completely accurate to call it a rehearsal.
I adore this. I love this. This is
They had this idea of giving me a microphone. This is a result.
This is a great thing. You keep talking for a second, okay?
I don't really have anything else to say.
That's perfect.
And I am saying it.
I love it. All right. Just need to wet my whistle today. It's a whistle wetting day. Whistle, whistle. Sometimes you gotta harvest politicians. Are you ready? Do you feel that ever? Like it's time for the harvest. It's time to reap the line. Reap it. Reaping. Hard time. Reaping. That's maybe the wrong word. Reaper's coming. No, that's wrong. That's not what
Reapers, politicians.
I know some great politicians, and I know some not so great ones. So, it's like people, but more weird. You go left, I go right. You say kiss, I say bite. You say black, I say white. Build the walls up high. I'm the best and you're the worst. You got hunger, I got thirst, but we don't talk, cause we are cursed. No, we don't talk, cause we are cursed, but why do we fight? Can't we see we have the same needs? Oh, but no, we can't. Silence, I scream song. You want short, I want long. You want thin, I want strong. You say yes, I say no. I say stop, you say go. But what have we gotta show? Yes, what have we gotta show? But why do we fight? Can't we see how the same needs? Oh, but no. But no, we can't. Cause you go left, I go right. You say kiss, I say bite. You say black, I say white. Build the walls up high. I'm the best, you're the worst. You got hunger, I got thirst, but we don't talk, cause we are cursed. No, we don't talk, cause we are cursed. But why do we fight? Can't we see how the same needs? Oh, but no, we can't. Baby, we can't. Maybe we will. Maybe we must.
Nice.
Yeah, that was so much fun to hear you beside me. So much fun. So, let me tell you something. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, I met a man named Jordan, and he helped create this beautiful film we're about to show from Backlane Studios. And it's about the Aurelia fishing weir. And if you don't know about it, be prepared to be blown away, because it is ancient and it is incredible. Stick around. This is Magic in My Hood. Every week we show a short film. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Where we're knocking, no Who would guess that this scene is a look at the Toronto skyline between the CN Tower and the high-rise condos that now exist in the Etobicoke area. And yet, I imagine this is what it did look like in Toronto before European settlers came and changed the landscape completely and moved the First Nations people who lived here from this site and their place names with it. So as a kid growing up alongside the Humber River, I had always been interested in envisioning what it looked like in the past. I know names like Indian Road and Indian Trail, Indian Grove and Wendigo Way, all kind of point to a history that I knew nothing about. And I've only learned recently that many of the main roads in Toronto, like Western Road and Davenport and Indian Road, are laid over Indigenous routes. When I was introduced to my partner's family cottage at Lake Simcoe, I learned that it was originally called Lac Toronto, and the name derives from a Mohawk word meaning trees in the water. And that is fishing weirs. Some of the stakes are 5,000 years old, so at the time of the pyramids. People in the area, many of them know nothing about it, and certainly people in Toronto don't realize that that's where the city's name originates. Humber Bay was just one of the routes of First Nations people to that important fish harvesting site. It's a very narrow section of land, and First Nations people had put stakes in the water to capture fish, to capture large fish, because the stakes were far enough apart that smaller fish could get through, and those are the fishing weirs. So the reason we know that the stakes have been there for thousands of years is they've been carbon dated by Parks Canada. And they still exist because underwater there's no oxygen, and so the wood hasn't rotted. The Chippewas of Rama First Nation still consider themselves the stewards of this sacred place in the Orillia Narrows where Lake Couchiching and Lake Simcoe meet.
In the beginning, it belonged to Parks Canada, not to us. And today it belongs to both of us. We're at a new place in our relationship where we jointly co-manage what's still there.
And just like First Nations in this area, the fishing weirs are still here. Despite the ravages of European settlement, the destruction caused by railways and highways, the dredging of waterways, and the development of land. The Majickaning Fish Fence Circle is a group of Indigenous and non-Indigenous people working together to protect it. I joined the Majickaning Fish Fence Circle because I want the fishing weirs to be cared for and respected, to be honored and celebrated. They have important things to say about our past and about who we can become. We'd like more people to learn about the fishing weirs that gave Toronto its name so that they can be protected from the intense development that's taking place in areas north of the city.
Hey,
I hope you enjoyed that. I know when I first saw it, I was blown away. I had no idea that in Aurelia there was this amazing space, amazing place. So we should all check it out. I believe it's open to the public still, which is great. It would be great. I'd love to see it. So that was Magic in My Hood. Now we have a special thing that we do generally after Magic in My Hood. It's a special request from our head tech, Mr. Brunap. And this is our phone a friend section. So I have a very special friend I'm about to call, and this is our magic phone that we use, sponsored by Pauline, the horse whisperer. Okay, let me just call him up. Okay, yeah, okay, got the number right here, right? Okay. Yeah. He's so far away, we have to use a rotary dial phone.
Look at all the numbers, too. It must be really, really far
He's
away.
very far away. Okay, 1 second.
It's unbelievable.
That's five more numbers. Five more numbers.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
Glad you wrote those all down.
I know.
I could have never remembered
I know. And thank goodness for Sharpie on it. Okay, just 1 second. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring.
You made the phone ring. Way to go.
I know.
You
if you
talk to it
build
like
it
that.
will come. Hello? Hello? Is there someone there? Hello? Welcome to Phone a Friend.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're cutting out a little bit. But
Am I?
how are
Okay, I'll try
you?
to speak really close into the microphone. Now, who am I speaking to today?
You're speaking with Kevin Skelton.
Oh, Kevin. It's been so long. How are you doing? I'm here with my friend
I've
Ray
been
Dillard.
very well.
You're doing well? The wonderful. Where are you right now?
I've just arrived in Belgium. I flew here from Italy this morning.
Oh, okay. So
Wow.
what are the flights like right now? Is it weird or what's going on?
Oh, hello.
Flying. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I think that I've got not the best internet connection.
Oh no, we can hear you perfectly well. So how was your flight? Like, is it one to a seat? Do you have to be bathed in Teflon? Tell me what's going on. People want to know. Us in Canada, we don't fly that often. Hello? Oh no. Okay.
Well, he's in Belgium. He could have already had too many beers.
Oh, it's true.
Possible.
It's very possible.
Because they're so good there, but they're very high in alcohol level.
Yes.
So it could be.
Totally true.
Hello.
Oh, well, that's Kevin. How are you doing? We lost you.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to find a slightly better connection in the house.
Oh, but you know what? Now we can hear you though, which is fantastic. So don't you worry.
Oh, great.
Tell me the funniest thing that has happened to you recently.
The funniest thing.
No pressure. You're a funny person though.
I would say the funniest thing is trying to sort out a delivery of a kitchen from IKEA, which has resulted in. I know maybe the even more funniest thing is that I'm trying to pass my driving exam in Belgium, in Dutch. After having driven for 25 years, I have a slight problem in that I didn't exchange my driving license when I first moved here. So I'm about 13 years too late. And so now I'm doing the entire exam in Dutch. And I did pass the theory, and this week I'm supposed to do the practical exam.
Well, good luck.
You're a great driver. You can get them to call me, and I'll tell them. I've driven.
I'm sure that will work.
Speaking as a terrible driver, I honor the great drivers of the world. I don't know how I have my license. In fact,
No comment.
remember that time I almost drove us off
No
a cliff?
comment. I don't want either of us to get in any more trouble than we already are.
Kevin, I miss you very much. Are things weird there, or are they getting less weird?
Well, actually, in Italy, where I usually am, it's not that weird at all. It's kind of, you sort of can spend most of your day not even realizing that we're in such a weird world.
Right.
But today was certainly weird, flying with the masks and without social distancing on the plane, and then all these rules everywhere else.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Sounds like schools in Ontario.
Exactly.
Do you know about schools in Ontario? Have you heard what's going on here?
I heard bits and pieces.
You can't be more than 10 people at the liquor store. But schools, you can have 30 people in a class. No problem. Especially if they're like in under grade 8s. It's perfectly fine. Perfect. Anyways.
Yeah.
We've called our MPP and all that stuff. But that's where our kids are learning online right now.
But I'm a student in Canada again, in Toronto, actually.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a PhD in... what is it called? I probably should know. I'm at the Center for Drama, Theatre, and Performance Studies somehow.
Wow.
I don't know. Ask how a musician ends up there.
I totally
could
see that.
But
you would rock that. All of those things. Whatever Kevin puts his mind to, he just does it. He just does
great.
it. He's a magical human being. Magic. And Kevin, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you have a song request that you'd like to hear today?
I would love to hear Yoodly-ee-hee-hoo.
Fabulous. This one goes
I've been practicing that all day.
That's very good, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm quite impressed.
Well, I love you, and I will see you very soon, my friend. I will talk to you
Great.
on video chatting one day soon, okay?
Fantastic.
Okay,
I look forward to
have a great time
it.
in Belgium. Hopefully I'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
Ciao.
Okay. That was the beautiful Kevin Skelton. This goes out to him. No, Bryn, don't worry. We don't need the banjo today. Are you picking those flowers for me? I said, are you picking those flowers for me? 'Cause if you're picking those flowers for me, I got a boyfriend you can't see. Yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee, yole-hee, yole-hee-hoo. Est-ce que tu chantes le pomme pour moi? Est-ce que tu chantes le pomme pour moi? Car si tu chantes le pomme pour moi, tu viendrais pas dans mes draps. Yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee, yole-hee, yole-hee-hoo. Well, are you blowing that kiss for me? I said, are you blowing that kiss for me? 'Cause if you're blowing that kiss for me, I got a cold sore you can't see. Yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee, yole-hee, yole-hee-hoo. Well, are you singing that song for me? I said, are you singing that song for me? 'Cause if you're singing that song for me, I'm gonna sing this in a different key. Yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee, yole-hee, yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee, yole-hee-hoo, yole-hee, 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 yole-hee-hoo. Kevin Skelton, that beautiful masterpiece was going out to you. You know it's about you. You know it. Can you feel it? Time to get serious by getting blind. This next one. Because it is the harvest season. I want to tell you about a certain person online that you need to follow if you're not necessarily a farmer, or if you are a farmer and you want to hear someone that really speaks. He's a great writer, and he talks about farm life in Ontario. His name's Farmer Tim. I highly recommend you check him out. He is pretty... Do you know who I'm talking about here?
I do.
Yeah, he's pretty fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he really gives you a bird's eye view of what it is to be farming around here. As long as you're a family farm, which he is. He has a family farm, not one of those giant corporate farms. So, it's time for a country song. Time for a country song. It's about politics, because you know what? Harvest is politicians. This is what we do today at the harvest. There's a fiction to your friction. We're not quite believing you. silence? Are you afraid to speak? When folks say things you don't agree with, do you challenge their beliefs? If you replace politically correct with compassionate, they might see the light. Yes, there's violence in your silence. Say what you know is right. There's chaos in the chorus. Ignore those shares online, especially if they have proud at the end of it. It's likely not verified. Truth, truth, truth. Because there's a fiction to your friction. We're not quite believing you. When the work day is done, do you have fun? Go out for tea for two. Cause the world is burning and you are churning words to destroy us all. Yes, there's a fiction to your friction, and we're tired of playing ball. Well, there's a fiction to your friction, and we're tired of playing ball. I just felt like I was in a bar. Did you feel like you were in a bar?
Yeah,
Like-
as a matter of fact,
I'm going to drink my moonshine too now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking my moonshine out of a Dragonfly pottery mug.
that would be Carol Teal's company. I
Carol
believe.
Teal's
Yeah.
company. She's
The
out of
beau-
Newmarket.
The beautiful Carol Teal, great
She's
singer-songwriter,
She's awesome.
amazing talent, and an amazing clay artist.
I think I'm planning to, in the comments, put a connection to her on in the comments. So I'll do it after the show. My husband right now is looking at me going, I don't have time, working sound, working the audio, working the computer and everything to do that as well. I didn't send him the link. You know, I winging it. No, it's all very planned. Actually, I've been writing set lists. I've been writing set lists, I tell you.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
Got it right here.
But there's no fiction to that.
It's playable too.
Okay, Ray, you ready?
I'm not sure.
I wonder who called us earlier on. So that bar feeling, you know, when you're playing a bar, it's a lot of musicians that hang out with me on this live stream. There's quite a few lovelies. And when you're at a bar and the room is totally digging it, and then the person right in front of you isn't, and I know this is a family-friendly show, but I'm going to tell you a real story. Diane Hetherington did once. She sang a gorgeous ballad, similar situation. And she said, those women over there are talking about fucking. Shut them up. If you're half the man that I think you are, you best stop hanging around with his kind. You should go downtown.
Go downtown
With your shiny dancing shoes,
dancing shoes.
hang with boys who can actually
Boys.
keep time. He's not half the man, yes, that you think he is.
Think he
Lord, he lies, oh my Lord, how he lies. He'll invade your space, perhaps spit on your face. Do it all with his cracked out smile. They say revenge is sweet. Well, I must be diabetic, 'cause when I think of him, all my thoughts turn to the fact bus stop. I love Ray Dillard. Hanging around with his kind. You should go downtown with your shiny dancing shoes. Hang with boys who can actually keep time. Hang with boys who can actually keep time. We have a couple more for you. It's super fun to be here. It's super fun to be playing with my dear friend Ray. And I hope there's some more fun, sunny days out, warm days out. I know it's the beginning of October, but it sure is nice to play outside, especially for the harvest season. And, maybe we'll do something outside, maybe fingers crossed around Halloween. Fingers crossed. Scary.
That'd be scary good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Fingers crossed. So
I'll come as a skeleton and just play bones all night.
So my mother told me that one of her friends was watching last week and she really enjoyed it. If you're watching and you're shy about it, don't be. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from everyone that's talking and watching. No pressure ever. And if you like what you hear, there is an option to pay us some money, and there's never pressure because I know it's really hard times for some of you right now. But if you feel inspired, we sure would appreciate that because musicians all around are trying to figure out the new way. Trying to figure out the way, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
In essence, we're at work right now.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
Once upon a time, I ran away to Australia. I worked as a bartender in the Outback, and I was also fired as a zucchini picker in Bundaberg, over on on the coastline where they make great rum. And I had so much rum that I had to stop drinking it. But this is a song about that time when I was in Julia Creek in the middle of the Outback, and with all the jackaroos and sheep shearers. Thought it was appropriate for a harvest theme. The desert is so cold tonight. The wind plays with the sand. I'm playing with these haunts in my head in this no man's land. And last call was an hour ago. The cowboys have gone home. And I'm standing outside, staring down the barrel of this lonesome road. And the moon has lost her mystery. The stars have lost their charm. And I'm thinking back to those haunts of my past and the one that I did harm. Well, I'd sell my soul to make him whole if that's what it would take. Yes, I'd sell my soul to make him whole, but I fear it's too late. The desert is so cold tonight. The wind beats round the sand. I'm beating round these haunts in my head in this lonesome land. one of the first people that really inspired me to learn country music was my dear friend Nancy Dutra. And she wrote this song when she was a couple years ago. And I stole it and I took it to my jam that I ran for the city. And I was like, yeah, I can play country music. And this is the one song I can play. And they were like, oh, that's a good song. I said, I know, I didn't write it. My daddy said he wrote the book, he wrote it on that train. Gotta look within to find a way to win. That's what my daddy said, that's what he said. My daddy said. My mama said, don't listen to one word that old man says. You gotta play the part with all your heart. That's what my daddy said, that's what she said. This one said, gotta ride that train, ride that train, ride that train and find your way back home again. My brother said, don't worry, dears, things they will find their way. You gotta hold on to what's right in front of you. There's nothing else anyway, that's what he said. My brother said. My sister said, go sit right down, don't throw your life away. You gotta save your name, let go of all your shame, be dead and born again, that's what she said. My sister said. We're back home again. Ride that train, ride that train, ride that train and find your way back home again. Home again, way back home again. This is the Sunday Social, the Harvest Edition. I cannot wait for next week. I already have some ideas from this week to piggyback off for next week. It's always never the same show twice, and it is a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It might be raining, it might be overcast, but if you wear a raincoat and go for a walk, you'll feel better if you're stuck inside. Oh, I suggest right now, after this show, to go and see Joe Huron's live stream because he's performing live right now at in Barrie, and he is at the British Arms. But so if you are in Barrie, bring your mask, go out there, check it out. He has got another couple hours, I believe, of his show. You can also check it out online. That's my suggestion for this week. After this, piggyback off, but not yet, because Ray has something to say.
I just want to tell everybody to do whatever you can to support musicians that are trying to make their way. No matter who you know that are in the musical world, go out there and find a way to support them. It's critically important.
That's exactly what I was just about to say. Have a great week. We love you. Take care. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Jordan, for showing the film.
And thank you, Bryn.
Thank you, Bryn,
for making this all happen.
Yes, thank you. Have a great week, guys. See you next week.